Hello everyone, welcome to another Coffee and Conversation. We haven't done any for a while.
No, it's been a while, hasn't it?
We've had a long summer and we've been very busy,
Yeah.
but we did get to see a very fascinating play called Sunday.
Yeah, and the reason we went to see it was because of Nikki Shields.
Yeah.
We'd seen her in the picture of Dorian Gray, which was absolutely mind-blowing.
Amazing.
And we thought we'd go along and see what this one was all about, but we couldn't find any information
Not
about
really much, no. I think we saw almost the opening night.
Yeah.
So there were no reviews and not much on the website about the plot. They were keeping it
Yeah,
a
keeping it
little
very
bit
quiet.
secret. So we took the risk and went along, and I'm glad we did.
Yeah.
It was a really fascinating play. And being a Brit, I was not very aware of John and Sunday Reed, I knew about Sidney Nolan, who's the artist who was part of their community and had an affair with Sunday. It's a little bit debauched, the whole thing.
Yeah, it was a bit strange.
Not really. But there was a very interesting and strange dynamic going on
between those three.
The three of them, yes.
But there were some other characters in the show as
Joy,
well.
Hester,
Joy
and her son.
And her son, yes, who did a fantastic job
Yeah.
as well. All the actors did a superb job.
Yeah.
But
you can find all about it now on Google. But
can you?
Quickly, John Reed was played by Matt Day. Joy was played by Ratitzo Mambo, Sidney Nolan by Josh McConville, Sunday by Nikki Shields, as we mentioned, and Joshua Teague played Sweeney, the son, and he was really beautiful actor.
Yeah,
they were
really
all
lovely.
Stunning.
Gorgeous production. The sets were beautiful, very simple,
Yeah.
and very well organised, and the lighting was superb.
Beautiful.
The lighting was actually
Really
very good.
Beautiful. I think they relied a lot on the lighting in the absence of a lot of set to create this. But you had the sense that sometimes you were looking at the view out of their window, or sometimes you were looking at one of his paintings, and that was partly given by the descriptive language, which I loved. I thought the language was just beautiful, very accessible, very normal language, but so poetic and so beautifully descriptive that you were really inside what they were seeing.
And the playwright, who actually who
is Anthony
Way, and the way he wrote about these characters and how they evolved throughout the play, you didn't actually feel very much for these characters. I thought that was a great job, because he actually, unless you like that sort of thing, but he didn't. You didn't actually feel that involved with them, like you didn't connect with them as much as I would in Dorian Gray. I loved all the characters in Dorian Gray. But this one, I was a little bit distanced, but that might be because of the writing and the way he deliberately distance us
almost
from
like
the
you're
audience.
at a gallery and observing. But I think it's more than that. I think the relationships were unconventional, and especially with the period.
That's probably
they
it.
really challenged boundaries, and I think there might have been a part of us that was uncomfortable with that.
Yeah.
And at times, I must admit, I thought, wow, they're all just spoilt brats, really, aren't they? So, I didn't have an instant connection with them. However, you did definitely see their journey, and her journey in particular. And they really revealed how complicated it was, especially as a woman in those days, to try and live life freely and in your own way and on your own terms.
Yeah.
And they showed definitely and clearly the price that she paid for that, and the heartache that was involved for all of them.
Every one of them.
Yeah,
including the boy, and who was eventually Oh, I don't know whether we should say that.
No, we don't
but
know.
No, we don't
Spoiler.
want to, spoiler
Go and
alert.
see it. You've
Yeah.
still got a few days.
Yeah.
We'll get this video up quick.
Yeah. So you can go along and see it
Yeah.
at the MTC. And yeah, great production,
Really lovely.
beautiful acting, and great script. So
And riveting.
yeah, so
riveting.
get along and see it, and we'll see you in our next Coffee and Conversation. We can't wait to tell you about this one.
Bye.
Bye.